The Arabian horse is not merely an equine breed. It is a living monument to history, a legend that has spanned millennia and continents. To begin unraveling the enigma of its unparalleled elegance, we must return to the cradle of its origin, the deserts of the Arabian Peninsula. Bred and revered by the Bedouins for over 4,500 years, the Arabian is, unquestionably, the oldest known saddle horse, and this antiquity is intrinsically linked to its purity. The Arabian horse lineage is one of the very few that can be traced uninterruptedly back to antiquity, a testament to the rigorous and dedicated selection maintained by nomadic tribes who considered it a family member, often sleeping alongside their owners inside tents to protect it from harsh desert weather and thieves. The most famous legend about its creation tells that Muhammad, testing the loyalty of his horses, summoned all of them after a long period of water deprivation. Only 5 maras returned to his call before quenching their thirst, and from these 5, known as Al-Khamsa, the 5, descends the entire pure Arabian Asl breed. This story, whether fact or myth, solidifies the aura of nobility and inestimable value that surrounds the breed. This natural selection in the desert, combined with human selection focused on speed, endurance, and, crucially, character, as only a good-tempered horse could live with humans in confined spaces, not only forged an animal of incomparable stamina but also one of divine beauty. The preserved racial purity, unlike many other breeds that underwent constant crossbreeding, is the starting point for understanding its elegance. The Arabian is the original standard of horse beauty. Its genetic prepotency is so strong that it can transmit its refinement characteristics to almost every other breed it has influenced. If historical purity is the foundation of the Arabian horse's elegance, its head is undeniably its calling card and the seal of its genetic refinement. It is on the head that we find the concentration of the breed's most defining and beautiful characteristics. The Arabian head is ideally small with the distinctive wedge shape that tapers toward the muzzle. However, the most famous and sought-after trait is its concave profile, often called dish face. This curvature, which lends an almost ethereal and sculpted look to the animal, is rarely seen in other breeds and is an immediate symbol of pure Arabian blood. Contrasting with the concave profile, the eyes are positioned laterally, but are notably large, dark, and extremely expressive, conveying deep intelligence and an alert, almost human sensitivity. It is the combination of the large eye with the fine skin, subtly revealing the veins and bone structure, that gives the Arabian that frightened or full of fire look, even when calm. The muzzle is particularly small, a trait the Bedouins highly valued, as a fine muzzle meant the horse could breathe the rare desert air more easily. The nostrils, in turn, are wide and can dilate extraordinarily during exercise, lending vitality and endurance. Finally, the ears are small and well separated, but extremely attentive, always moving, capturing every sound and nuance of the environment. The beauty of this head is not just aesthetic, it reflects adaptation. The slightly wider skull, prominent forehead, and large eyes are legacies of its evolution in a harsh environment. Collectively, these head characteristics, the concave profile, expressive eyes, delicate muzzle, and dilated nostrils, create an impression of intense beauty and delicacy that is universally recognized as the pinnacle of equine elegance, instantly differentiating it from any other breed in the world. Continuing our analysis of the Arabian horse's incomparable elegance, we arrive at its body structure, which is truly responsible for its attitude of haughtiness and grace. The two most visible characteristics that translate this elegance into movement and posture are the famous swan neck and the flag tail. The Arabian's neck is long, elegantly arched, and possesses a high set on the trunk, meaning it emerges from the chest at an angle that elevates it above the withers. This conformation, often compared to that of a swan, gives the horse a naturally upright and imposing posture, amplifying the beauty of its head and placing it in a position of constant readiness and pride. Unlike draft horses or some breeds with a more horizontal conformation, the Arabian carries its neck vertically and arched, making every head movement an act of grace. This characteristic is crucial in exhibitions, where the animal's attitude is valued. At the other end of the body, the tail is the final touch of distinction. It has an extremely high set, almost level with the back, and when the horse is excited, moving, or simply alert, it is carried high and arched over the back. This tail posture is universally known as the flag tail and is an unmistakable sign of racial purity, vitality, and grace. It is as if the Arabian raises a flag of pride with every step. In addition to these two striking features, the elegance is sustained by the trunk's conformation itself. The Arabian has a short, compact back due to a genetic singularity. It frequently has only 17 ribs, 5 lumbar vertebrae, and 16 tail vertebrae, instead of the standard 18, 6, and 18, respectively. This reduction gives its body a proportion of harmony and strength, keeping the body together and facilitating collection and balance in motion. The combination of the swan neck, the short back, and the flag tail transforms the Arabian into a sculptural masterpiece that exudes nobility, even when standing still. The ultimate elegance of the Arabian horse lies in its way of locomotion, which is described by many as a dance. The Arabian possesses remarkably smooth gaits, but the characteristic that sets it apart is its trot. An elevated, elastic, and, above all, floating trot. Instead of a movement that covers a lot of ground horizontally, like the extended gallop of a thoroughbred, the Arabian's trot features a higher and more flexible action of the knees and hocks. This creates a visual impression of extraordinary lightness, as if the horse is hovering slightly above the ground with each stride, defying gravity. This floating sensation is intensified by its general demeanor. The arched head and neck are held high, and the tail is carried like a proud flag, creating a silhouette of energy and haughtiness in constant sway. It is this combination of impulsion, power coming from the hocks, with front-end lightness that makes the observer feel transported. In shows and presentations, the handler often encourages this expression of vitality, and the Arabian responds with a burst of controlled energy, arching its neck and emitting a characteristic snort or blow through its dilated nostrils, which adds drama to its performance. Even at the canter, it maintains an innate elegance, with graceful strides and an easy ability to collect itself. This capacity to move with such liveliness, yet with such lightness and smoothness, is a direct reflection of its desert upbringing. The uneven, sandy terrain demanded an animal that could move with agility, elevation, and security without wasting energy, but which also had the stamina to cover long distances. The result is a movement that is not just functional, but artistically beautiful. Therefore, the elegance of the Arabian horse lies in its ability to transform the simple act of walking and trotting into a visual display of grace, vitality, and pure pride. The fifth reason why the Arabian horse is considered the most elegant in the world lies in its unparalleled genetic prepotency. The term prepotency, in the context of animal breeding, means the ability of a sire or a breed to consistently transmit its distinctive genetic traits, dominating the characteristics of other breeds when crossed. In the Arabian's case, this prepotency is what allowed its elegance and refinement to spread globally. It is not just a beautiful horse, it is the refiner of breeds. Throughout history, when European horses were typically heavier, slower, and possessed less refined heads, the introduction of pure Arabian blood was the catalyst for the creation of the modern riding breeds we admire today for their speed and grace. The most notable example is undoubtedly the Thoroughbred, the fastest race breed in the world. The Thoroughbred is a direct descendant of 3 foundation stallions, 2 of which, the Darley Arabian and the Godolphin Arabian, were, as their names suggest, pure Arabian horses. They injected into the European stock the stamina, speed, light frame, and, crucially, the refinement of the head and neck that are now Thoroughbred hallmarks. Beyond the Thoroughbred, the Arabian played a foundational role in many other elegant saddle breeds, including the American Saddlebred, the Andalusian, the Lipizzaner Stallion, and nearly all European warmblood breeds that needed more fire and a finer bone structure. What does this mean for our question of elegance? It means the Arabian's elegance is so fundamental and biologically dominant that it has become the template by which we assess equine beauty worldwide. The elegance seen in a modern sport horse is often just a diluted, yet recognizable manifestation of the Arabian horse's original purity. It is the source, the archetype of beauty that defines the standard of global horsemanship elegance. The elegance of the Arabian horse does not reside only in its body or in its history. It culminates in its spirit and the way it relates to human beings. For the Bedouins, The horse was not just a means of transport or a weapon of war. It was an irreplaceable treasure, a tent companion, and this intimate cohabitation forged a breed with an exceptionally intelligent, sensitive, and, above all, loyal temperament. This intelligence manifests in its capacity for learning and its constant attention to the surroundings. The Arabian is a highly sensitive animal, meaning it is always attuned to the emotions and intentions of its rider. While this sensitivity might be misinterpreted as nervousness by inexperienced people, leading to the fame of being a fiery or full of fire horse, in reality, it is a manifestation of its deep intelligence and desire to connect. A well-trained and handled Arabian demonstrates remarkable docility and focus. This combination of fire, the energy and proud posture, with unwavering loyalty and docility, the desire to please its owner, is the true definition of the Arabian's grace. When the horse moves, its proud posture is an exhibition of its inner self-confidence and liveliness. It is this aristocratic attitude, the head held high, the alert eyes, and the arched neck even when resting, that lends it the crown of elegance. Elegance is, ultimately, the external projection of an internal nobility. The Arabian, with its pure lineage and its desert-forged spirit, embodies this nobility in every step. The final touch, therefore, is its capacity to be a trusted companion and a loyal friend, demonstrating that true equine elegance is the perfect union between physical beauty, legendary history, and an unparalleled character. For the members of the Horse's channel, this is the essential message. The Arabian is elegant because it is noble in body and soul.